Hello, and welcome to a proper episode of the Drywall Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Harmon. With us today, all the way from Bracknell, England, Daniel Atkinson of Abrakadrywall on Instagram. Daniel is very active on there. Works new construction with his brother, but it always wasn't easy.
And then with my dad, when I first started with him, my dad had an argument with him. He gave me this trowel and I threw it on the floor and it snapped. Yeah.
Did you throw it on the floor or did you drop it?
I threw it.
You threw it out of anger?
Out of anger, yeah. And
I like that. You got a spicy side, Daniel. I like that. Yeah. I've been known to throw a tool or two here and there.
Got to let some rage out.
So you threw down the trowel and it snapped. Was your dad pissed? He's like, "Hey, man."
He was very pissed. Yeah, he ran after me.
Daniel is an absolute joy. We discuss fresco harmony. We talk about joint compound in England versus the United States and techniques over there, but generally have a wonderful conversation about drywall. Today's episode and all of the episodes in May are brought to us by our friends over at Techdry Tools. Techdry Tools is USA designed, manufactured, and assembled in Omaha, Nebraska. Their lock design allows you to choose from 3 different size blades that fit right in your pocket. Follow Techdry on TikTok for lots of great chances to win free swag. Also, keep your eye out for new and innovative products coming from Techdry soon. You can also learn more about Techdry Tools if you listen to my interview with Corey Fisher, owner of Techdry Tools, on the 4th episode of the Drywall Podcast. It's a very great interview, and I encourage you to check it out. The Drywall Podcast was also brought to you by Fresco Harmony. Fresco Harmony, making walls better since 2004. You can find Fresco Harmony online at csrbuilding.com. But for now, Daniel Atkinson from Bracknell, England, episode 52 of the Drywall Podcast. Let's get into it. Bracknell,
yeah.
Sounds like German a little bit. Bracknell, and that's England.
It is, yeah. If you do you know Windsor Castle? Oh, okay. Well,
I'm American. We only care about the United States. We don't.
Oh, yeah.
No. I went up to Canada and like they were razzing me a little bit about like because I didn't know the provinces and they're our neighbors and it's like they're like, oh, don't worry about it, no Americans know anything about Canada, like you can't be bothered to learn whatever. So I try to make it a point now to do a little bit better with my geography.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is, what's the name of your company?
It's not actually a company. It's just a name I put on my Instagram.
Okay, what's that?
It's Abrakadrywall.
Abrakadrywall, I like that. And I knew that. It's been a sort of a busy morning. Busy. So I'll start out here. We have Daniel Atkinson, 38, from Bracknell, England. His handle on Instagram is Abrakadrywall, not to be confused with Abracadabra. On the podcast today. Welcome, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Mom's watching. This is a big deal. This is a big. Is that part of why you said yes as well?
It is, yeah.
It is interesting.
I spoke to the top you got on now, Techdrywall as well.
Yeah.
About it as well, and he said just go in it like you have a normal conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no big deal aside from we have a lot of followers now. And so people are going to be listening. So you have to do a really good job. No, joking.
The pressure's on.
So, no, I was having a nice conversation with Daniel. I was a little late this morning. Thank you so much for accommodating my schedule. We are trying to get Fresco Harmony into England, and I think we're going to get over there, which is very cool. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about coming to England and meeting some of the characters over there and playing with in the mud with you guys. I think it's going to be awesome. I was talking with Daniel, and you had mentioned that your mom passed recently, and she had sort of she had. I mean, let's get into it a little bit. She said, like, do something new, or you felt inspired to do something new after her passing.
Yeah, I felt inspired new to do something after I passed. I thought when I do jointing, it's like my comfort zone. And then I saw Fresco Harmony. I thought, oh, this is a new thing.
Yeah.
Just throw yourself at it. And literally, I've had loads of fun with it. A lot of fun.
So you tried it a little bit, and it's no big deal, man. You're just dumping color into mud and smearing it on the wall.
It's so versatile, though. You could do lots of different things with it.
Yes. Yeah, you can. But also that pertained to the coming on to the Drywall podcast. Also, you were a little apprehensive, as many people are. It's like, oh, it's a podcast, it's a big deal, but it's I try not to make it a big deal. I try to just make it fun. We're learning about Daniel, Abrakadrywall, your experience in the drywall trade. You're our first interviewee from England, which is super cool. And, I think that's what drywallers want to hear. They want to hear about your experience.
Yeah, well, I first started off doing patching with my dad years ago. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I just decided I wanted to go and do taping and jointing. And I just threw myself at that. I didn't know nothing about it. And I literally learned from other people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how a lot of us get into the trade. But before we jump into it, I just very quickly, I'm very curious about how the correlation between your mom and you being inspired to do new things. Why is that?
Well, because my mum was my number one fan, and literally, I put anything online, and she just loved it. So initially, when I saw the Fresco Harmony, I thought she'd love this.
Okay.
Yeah, because all the marble effects and the different stuff you can do with it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a wall at my dad's house as well.
Excellent. Yeah. And what's your mom's name?
Debbie Atkinson.
Debbie. Yeah. Shout out to Debbie. Okay. That makes sense. My mom, everything I post. If you're on the Fresco, if you go and look at the Fresco Harmony Instagram page, it's always Susie Davis. And she's always like, beautiful colors. Like, she's always posted. Shout out. And also being Mother's Day on Sunday here in the United States. Is it also Mother's Day in England?
No, Mother's Day's already gone.
Okay, so it's Mother's Day Sunday here in the United States. So shout out to the moms everywhere. We appreciate you. As annoying as you sometimes can be, we still love you. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel Atkinson, you started out doing patching. Are you first generation or second generation drywaller?
Second. Okay. It's my dad. My dad who took me, from school. I went patching first of all, and then I got my driving license, and then I tried to do taping and joining. I saw other people doing it, and literally, I'd watch people and learn from them. And anything I see that's new, I'd give it a try. See if it makes me quicker.
Yeah. Interesting. So you were, like many of us, you were drawn to the trade. What was it about the trade that drew you to it there early on? Or was it just like, I need to make some money. I'm going to do drywall. Did
I
you
think
have
that's
it?
it. Yeah.
That was it.
That's it, yeah.
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 But I mean, you could have done it for a little while and been like, this sucks. I'm going to go do something else. You stuck with it.
Yeah. I find it a lot of fun. Literally, with doing drywall, I do my work, then I'm going to go home. I'm not stuck to a time. Literally, I do my work and just leave.
Yeah, yeah. So, but you don't own the company now. Do you still work? Do you work for a
No,
company?
I work for a company. I sub for a company.
Okay. And what's the name of the company that you're currently?
It's PB Edwards.
Can you spell that?
PB
Yeah.
Edwards. ED.
Edwards. PB Edwards. That's the name of the company, and that's out of Bracknell, England.
No, they're Basingstoke.
Okay.
It's still yeah, Basingstoke. Yeah.
And you asked me, you're close to the Windsor Castle?
Yeah.
Which I assume I mean, if I like dig into my memory bank, it's like, okay, I've heard of the Windsor Castle. Um, uh, what's the significance of the Windsor Castle? And can I go to see the Windsor Castle when I come to England?
You can. It's where the Queen used to live.
Okay. All
And
right.
and now,
What other significance?
um, the King lives there now, King of England.
Okay.
Yes, it's a major landmark.
That's Charles.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. And do I get to meet Charles when I come to England?
No, no.
What about Harry? What about Harry? I can meet him. He's rogue. He's rogue.
Yeah.
His they're in the United States. His wife got a podcast. Did you know that his wife
I don't know. I didn't know that.
she has a fantastic podcast.
Yeah.
And I can't think of her name right now. Kate. No. No. What's his wife's name?
Oh, I have not got a clue.
Come on.
I'm terrible. I don't know.
All right. Well, anyways, Harry and his wife, they went rogue, right? They like left.
Yeah,
They left the family.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Okay. That was a big deal for England, correct?
it was. Yeah.
It was. Now, why is that such a big deal? Aside from obvious reasons, why, as a English person, why was that a big deal for you and your country, would you say?
It's not really a big deal for me, but I think just because it's the royal family, everyone's got an eye. They're in the news all the time and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Would you say that socially in your country, that was maybe a pivotal point for, how people view the royal family or the rules or how you're supposed to conduct yourself?
I think so. Yeah. Everyone thinks the royal family are all like, I don't even know the word. Like prim and proper. They're all perfect. Like they're perfect family basically.
Right.
But they're not. They're like
They're
everyone.
they're screwed up just like everybody.
Yeah.
Probably more so, I would venture to say. I couldn't imagine coming out under that spotlight. It would be very difficult.
That's it. Yeah.
You think, oh, they have everything they want, but still, like it would be really challenging to live in that bubble.
Yeah.
But enough about that stuff. I'm probably going to be asking questions about England because now, I'm very curious. And also, I play soccer. I'm a big fan. Always have been.
Football.
Football. I have to say soccer though, because we probably have a predominant listening audience of Americans
Yeah, I
that
know.
relate better to the soccer word. But yes, soccer is the actual, or football is the actual term, and England created football.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for that. PB Edwards, you sub drywall for those guys. What do you do? What I mean, what do you do? Like, what is the work like in England? Are you do predominantly new construction, or are you doing a lot of remodel? What do you do?
It's only new build we do. We don't do no remodels at all. It's just all brand new houses, flats.
Okay. And I think I've seen some of your Instagram stuff. You're pretty prevalent on Instagram. How many followers do you have now?
Over 4,000 now.
That's crazy. That's more than me. Less than some. But those are genuine. Those are probably genuine followers. You didn't buy any of those followers, did you?
No, no. I keep getting like scam people turn around and say, "Oh yeah, if you pay me a certain amount, we'll give you 12,000 followers." It's like, no,
Nah,
why?
you
I
want
mean,
legit.
that's
That's right. Quality, not quantity, buddy.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And plus, I only want, I don't know. There's something to that. There's something to that. The genuine followers. How do you attribute that you have so many followers? That's quite a few for just a guy from England.
I don't know. All I do is just I do my videos. I try and do them every day, and then just post it on there. And then if anyone like reacts or anything back, I always reply. I never miss no one out.
That's key. That's definitely key to and to say thank you,
Yeah,
acknowledge people when they come on and give you props or whatever, and shout outs. And then you probably follow a lot of people, right?
I follow a lot of people. Yeah,
Okay. Do you follow the Drywall podcast?
yeah.
Okay, good. What else? What else are we gonna go? I was thinking of something. Social media. Are you on Facebook? What other social media platforms do you go on?
Just there. Just Instagram.
Okay, so
I,
you must have. Were you early on Instagram?
I'd say probably about 3 years ago now. I fully started to do it.
Dude, I've been on Instagram longer than you. How come you have so many followers?
Just likable person.
It's a, it's a cute face. That's what it is. Um, and then you guys, so you in your company, do you have people that you work with, or do you have employees that you're working with?
My brother. I
Your
was my brother.
brother, your
Yeah,
bro. Cool, cool. What's the age difference between you and your brother?
2 years. Only 2 years.
Two.
Yeah,
Nice. And you guys are pretty close.
yeah, very, very close. Yeah,
Is he older or younger than you?
he's 2 years older.
He's 2 years old. Do you guys fight sometimes on the job?
Well, not yet. Yeah.
How long have you been subbing for PB Edwards?
Um, I don't really know, to be honest. Because if it's on and off, we work for that company, then we work for another company. It,
Okay.
it depends if work gets dry, then we go to a different company. But on and off, I'll take about the last 7 years.
Last 7 years or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too long. So what did you do before PB Edwards and doing the subbing? Who did you work for prior to that? That was your dad's company?
No, it's not my dad's. It's just someone else's company.
Someone else's company. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your dad was a drywaller. That's how you got into the trade, but you never like worked for your dad's company. He was a drywaller. He worked for somebody. You're a drywaller. You work for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Who did you work for before PB Edwards?
uh, first company I worked for was Lloyd Davenport's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's why I first started with my dad.
And you were doing new construction there as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you learn the tools right away, or what did they have you? What does that look like in England? You're getting into the trade. What are they having you do?
Well, I can't even remember, to be honest.
The shit work.
Well,
Did they?
basically, yeah, like sweeping up, going to
Yeah.
get stuff on the board. Yeah.
Did you start out around the tools? Were you using like the box tools and the bazooka and all that stuff?
I
Or
know
is it
that. No, when I was patching, it's only just a trowel, scraper, small tool, drill, just patching tools. And then with my dad, when I first started with him, I had an argument with him. He gave me this trowel, and I threw it on the floor, and it snapped. Yeah,
did you throw it on the floor or did you drop it?
I threw it.
You threw it out of anger?
Out of anger, yeah.
Ooh,
And I
I
broke
like
the
that.
trowel.
You got a spicy side, Daniel. I like that.
Yeah,
I've been known to throw a tool or two here and there.
got to let some rage out.
So you threw down the trowel and it snapped. Was your dad pissed? He's like, "Hey, man."
He was very pissed. Yeah, he ran after me.
Yeah. Did you run?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Straight out of the building. I'm gone.
Take the rest of the day off. I'll come back tomorrow, Dad, when you come. When you're calm.
That's it.
With a new trowel.
Yeah.
Did he make you buy a new trowel?
No, he bought me another one.
He bought you another one.
Yeah, he got me another one.
Took it out of your paycheck.
Yeah.
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 Funny. Why did you throw the trowel down?
Oh, I was just getting angry. I was learning new things and then getting told to
Yes.
do it this way, do it this way, and then I'm trying to do it, and then in the end, I got so frustrated, I literally just threw the trowel.
Yeah. Yeah. Drywall finishing especially is frustrating to learn.
Yeah,
You really have to love it, and I think you have to have a tenacity. I
yeah,
think maybe that's why drywallers tend to be very close-minded, because we have this thing that we learned. It was very hard to learn, and then once you learn, it's like, I don't want to learn something new because it took so long to learn this, and a sort of a byproduct is not knowing how to do a lot of other things, framing, electrical, plumbing. We're not general contractors. We're just drywallers. This is like what we do. I'm a good finisher, you know.
that's it. Yeah, you stuck at it, and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but that's kind of why fresco's cool, is because you're still working with the mud. It's just like it's a slight learning curve.
I've literally I've done the wall upstairs in mine. I've done the whole of upstairs now, hallway. But I need to
Oh,
finish it off. Yeah, I got carried away.
you did purple. You did the is that Royal Schultz?
Yeah,
Pretty color to choose.
it's a
Yeah.
very nice colour.
Yeah, that's a double color pack for our listeners. That's like extra color. So if I have a color that takes more than one color pack, I'll do a 16-ounce color pack. And that doesn't mean it's like two color packs in one. That would be the equivalent of many of the smaller color packs. It'd be like 100 gallery pearls or whatever. So different color packs have different ratios of color in them. But those larger color packs, that's more concentrated color, makes a more intense color, like Galtiero steel or Royal Schultz. Now, my concern for you would be that you would run out of color because I didn't send a whole lot to England.
Like I said, I bought it. I bought it off Bet.
Yeah, but I only sold Ben a couple, right?
I don't know.
Oh, careful with that, because I don't know if there's not, you're gonna run out. You'll run out. Make sure he has more. Did you use one color pack or two color packs?
I used the whole of the Royal Schultz.
Okay, so I think he might have one more over there, but I only sold him two.
Oh, okay.
So if you did, no, I just finished a job. We used 20 color packs. I use a shitload of this stuff.
That is a lot.
That's a lot. I put on Sunday, I put on 5 buckets, 5 color packs worth one day.
Crazy.
Yeah, shitload.
That is insane.
And then the second coat, and I was doing the entire job was 20 plus color packs, 8 gallons of sealer. Huge.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of footage. And then that's all we do. And then the day 2 was about 3 to second coat. So 5 color packs and buckets of mud, boxes of mud. They're only 3.5 gallons here. Are they 3.5 gallons there? I know you have kilos.
I couldn't tell you.
What is the size? What's the size of material that you get? How much in a unit?
I have not got a clue.
You don't have a clue. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. When you mixed up that color pack, you mixed it with 1 unit of material.
Yeah, I put the whole lot in to one lot.
Okay, perfect. And that was GWI?
No, it was British Gypsum Pro Light.
No. Did you get it from GWI? The mud.
The mud? No, I didn't know.
Where did you get the mud?
I got it from dry lining supplies.
Okay, and is that
it's a builder's merchant near where I live?
And is that the same mud that you would normally use in your drywall? Is it the mud you like?
Well, we normally use British Gypsum quicksand, which is a lot darker color.
Okay. So you normally for everything you use a quick setting joint compound?
It's called quicksand. It's not.
Okay, but it's not quick setting.
No, it's not. No.
Sorry, I'm just making a note. Do you use different muds for taping versus coating and like finishing?
Yeah, we use like a quick setting mud. It's a joint filler. That's British Gypsum, just British Gypsum again.
Okay.
And then for your second coat and your third coat, that's the British Gypsum quicksand.
The quicksand, and that's a ready mix.
No, it's not. It comes in powder form.
That comes in a powder. Okay, so that's a quick setting joint compound.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. But you guys have ready mix over there, like, right?
We do, but the companies we work for they say it's too expensive for them to buy. So we get the powder and then we've got to mix it up.
Okay, they don't, the companies that you work for, this PB Edwards, they buy the materials, you guys put it on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And do you get a square footage price or do you get an hourly price?
We get a square footage price.
What do you call it over there? It's not square footage.
A meterage.
They call it, say that again?
Meterage.
Meterage.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, is that a word? METERAGE?
I don't know if it's a word, but that's the way we get told.
You get paid meterage, so
meterage,
like square footage, just meterage.
Meterage, yeah.
Okay, all right. We're learning stuff. Yeah. And then what would be? Is it competitive there? Your meterage price? What would be your meterage price in Europe? And that's euro, correct? No.
No, in
pounds.
No, ours is pound. Yeah,
pounds.
Yeah, ours is £2.90. Oh no, sorry, it's £3.
£3.
£3 a meter.
Okay, 3 per meter. All right. You know what I need to really do is start breaking down the difference between, I've talked with Ben Cole at GWY. He's so good at it, breaking down, he can break down the square footage to meter ratio and also the square footage price, because we were talking about square footage price for Fresco Harmony as well. The pounds seem pretty close to the US dollar. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much difference, isn't it?
It doesn't seem like that much different, because they're getting like $2, maybe $2.50 here. Probably not that much to finish.
Oh, okay. But your house is over there. To me, when I look for Instagram for other people in America, your houses are like twice and three times the size of the houses that we get over here.
Okay, so what's the meter of a average house that you guys are working on?
I I don't know, to be honest.
You're gonna have to do some research, Daniel.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to beef up. You have to beef up. Here, you're looking at like 2,500 square feet. Hey Siri, how many meters is 2,500 feet?
2,500 feet is 762 meters.
What? That's a lot.
That's an average house in the United States. So 762 meter home. That is the base footage of the home?
That's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah, our houses aren't nowhere near as big as that.
No, you don't have as much space.
No. No, because when I see, like I said, when I see Americans jointing their houses, you've got like walk-in wardrobes and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
But over here we haven't. It's not a standard thing to have.
So what would an average size meter home be, the base foot meterage of a home? Oh, you 400?
Yeah, it's not massive.
Yeah, okay. So we have a lot of those too. Here in Albuquerque, I'm in the southwestern United States. 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom. That would be around 1,000 square feet, 1,200.
Yeah.
That's a small house in the United States.
That kind of blows my mind, really. So
Yeah. That house that I just did, 20 boxes on.
Yeah.
Probably 5,000 square feet. That would probably be like a 1,400 to 1,600 meter home.
That's insane.
Huge. 12-foot ceilings, just massive, big beams. Huh?
Do you get much of those? Those type of houses?
Yeah, because the higher end home wants the Fresco Harmony.
Yeah.
So I'll do the higher end, bigger, larger homes. We do small homes too.
Over in England, I'd say probably 80% of the homes are small homes. They're not massive homes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Though. Yeah, I want to buy I don't want to buy a big home. I want to buy a small home.
But then the prices for our houses to buy a house over here are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, for what you get.
Yeah. Do you own a home in England?
No, I don't. We rent our home.
You rent? How's the rent?
It's over, I'd say £1,000 something a month.
I'll have to do that math as well. 1,000 per month, pounds. Well, if you're getting £3 per meterage, now when you do the meterage, is that wall meterage or is that floor meterage?
That's wall meterage.
Wall meterage, same in the United States. We do wall footage. Sometimes they go by the yard.
Yeah, they don't take out the windows They don't take out the doors as well. It's literally just the flat rate, the whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. So when you're calculating fresco harmony, you would calculate it the same way, and you'd probably be safe at $4 per pound meterage just for the fresco.
Hey, that's awesome, that is.
Yeah. And you have zero competition.
Yeah.
And then, but what you want to do is figure out what they're charging for plaster.
Yeah.
And then you can adjust your price, because the affordability of the medium is it's way more affordable, and then it's easier to apply.
The way I see it as well with Fresco Harmony, you can like do a feature, and you haven't got to go back in there to paint the wall or anything at all. It's literally just put it on and that's it.
And if they don't like it, you could paint over it. But even at this point, I would show PB Edwards, I would show them a color chart and a sample of what you're up to, and see if they would be interested in doing an accent wall, maybe for free.
I will do, yeah. I'll have a word of it.
Or it'd be like, a few £100 or whatever, maybe, if they wanted to.
Yeah, I can't wait to do more of it. It's so addictive.
Well, but the challenging part is selling it. I have a lot of conversation about with drywall guys in the United States, Canada, all over about sales. That's a challenging part for us,
Yeah, I've got the other color I've got. I can't remember what it's called now. Something slate.
Sterling slate.
Yeah, I've got sterling slate as well. I bought that.
Sterling. That's kind of an English word.
I didn't even think of it, to be honest.
That's after a good friend of mine that passed away a while ago. He wasn't a good friend, but his wife had that color in her home, and then he passed away. And so to pay homage, I named the color after him, Sterling slate.
That's nice, that is.
Yeah, she got a color. So going back to the mud, tools, operations, all of that, you guys do primarily hand finishing. Do you use the tools at all?
Yeah, I used bazooka boxes.
Okay.
Throttle box. I've got flushers. Yeah, I've got it all.
Cool. Which flushers and stuff? Which brand do you prefer? Do you find yourself gravitating towards?
The flushers, I don't think anyone can beat Can-Am.
Right, I've heard that.
Yeah, they're untouchable.
Why?
Just like it glides along the wall so much easier than all the others, and the finish it gives is second to none.
Okay. And then where do you get your flushers and your Can-Am products in England?
I got my Can-Am stuff sent to me from Can-Am.
Because you have 4,000 followers, man. Wolfgang hooked you up.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I had this one guy message me yesterday. He's like, so I want to start using the tools. How do I get all this free stuff? And I'm like, well, you kind of have to be an influencer. I was like, shoot, you're going to have to buy the shit, dude. Like, start running it and get good, and then like get a bunch of followers. Like, that's cool. Yeah. So Wolfgang sent you some stuff. You tried it out. You really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, it's in fact, the flushers, no one can touch. They're untouchable with those.
Yeah. There's an interview that I do with Wolfgang. It's pretty.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You should check that one out. We talk about the tools, his background at Can-Am, and how he, why it's so great. He's a really cool guy.
Oh yeah, I will do. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you would like that one, I think. And since you run Can-Am, so what are some of the other brands that you use for different?
I've got Columbia throttle box.
Okay.
Predator as well, and I've
Okay.
got two. I've got the old style boxes. It's not the new black ones. It's like bluish.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I've got two of the old boxes. Um, I've got a Makita battery sander as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, instead of having all the cables and that, it's literally just take it into the house and away you go.
Larger battery, I assume. They have a larger battery.
No, I've got 6 amp batteries.
Okay.
Well,
And they work pretty good. You have a couple batteries lined up before you start sanding.
yeah, I've got 12. I've got plenty to go through.
But the houses are so small that it doesn't matter. You just like
No, it doesn't. No,
buzz through
yeah,
it pretty quick.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you could probably at the size of those houses, you could easily tape, and you're not dealing with a lot of like hard angles and stuff. I don't know. Are the houses pretty choppy?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward, you know.
You might get like the odd because they tack the stair tread over here, so you might get like the odd angle and stuff like that. No, but apart
Okay.
from that, it's all straightforward.
Okay. Okay. Any other brands you use? We got Can-Am, we got Columbia Predator, and the throttle box. Well, do you use a flusher with the throttle box? Is that
No,
legal? That's illegal. You can't do.
I've got that angle head, a 3-inch angle head as well.
Okay.
It goes on the end of it. Yeah.
Okay. And that's first coat.
No, the throttle box is for the final coat. My Predator
Okay.
is to
Okay.
put the paper tapes in, and then I use the Can-Am roller with
Okay.
the flusher as well. Then go over it, then let that dry, and then over the top again.
And the flusher's nice on that first coat because it's better fill.
Yeah, it's a hell of a lot better feel. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What I find with the other flushers from other companies, it drags. I don't know
Okay.
why. It's like drags a lot.
Drags the tape.
No, it's not necessarily the tape. It's not on the wall. You can feel the pressure where it was dragging along.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Now, those other companies are going to have to do some, they have to beef up their game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other tool companies that you use? What about your hand tools? What are you using for hand tools?
Marshalltown
Okay.
trowel. I've got a DeWalt T-bar, 14-inch T-bar, which I use that to go when I go over the joints. I use that to run that off with.
A 14-inch, say that again?
T-bar.
A T-bar. Is
Yeah,
that like an offset?
No, it's I don't know how to explain. It goes up and then it's got the bit on the top.
Like a hawk?
No, like a giant scraper.
Like a giant scraper. Okay. I think maybe they call that a skimming blade. T-bar.
It's just what we call it over here. I don't know if you'd call it the same thing as well, though.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's all right. We're learning. We're learning about each other's culture. And culture inside of the drywall industry too. It's very cool. I find it fascinating. The similarities and differences between other places. We just had Gary Holt from Australia. We were talking about dry lining plaster in Australia versus the United States and Canada. It's very cool.
With what I see as well with America, all of your houses you work in have all got power on.
Yeah.
Or is it just what I've seen?
Yeah. When I worked in a place in Arizona where they didn't have power, and I had to use a masher.
That's old school.
It was old school. There wasn't this probably 22 years ago, maybe 23 years ago. I I mixed every batch with a masher. Nightmare, man. I could mix the shit out of that mud. And I was still using the tools too. So you got to think when you're using a masher for like, angles with a bazooka, that mud had to be thin, man. You had to mash the shit out of it. I managed to have 2 or 3 buckets. My muscles are all big, like 23. And I go all day, just all day, never get tired.
Yeah, over here, we've got no power on at all.
But you have cordless drills, right?
Yeah, no, but apart from, we don't have we can't plug in nothing inside the houses. Literally everything has to be battery operated.
Okay.
Or run off a generator that you have to bring in yourself.
I think sometimes they'll just fire up one outlet in a house. Sometimes that'll be like the main outlet where you can get power, or there's a box outside of the house where you could like run a long extension cord. Sometimes I've seen that as well.
We don't get nothing like that at all.
Nothing like that. The electricity comes in later.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have nothing.
Right. And then what kind of mixer are you using?
The DeWalt battery mixer.
The DeWalt battery mixer, but what's the drill? The mixer part. The paddle.
The paddle's just the original paddle that it come with.
Okay, just a standard paddle.
Yeah,
no fancy paddle. We use a level 5. It's a great paddle.
I have actually got a level 5 paddle in my garage. I did used to use on my. I had what's it called? A Milwaukee drywall. I don't know if it's just for drywall. Just a mixer.
Yeah.
I used to have one of those.
You didn't really like the level 5 mixer?
No. What do you mean?
The paddle.
The paddle. I haven't used it anymore since I sold my Milwaukee one.
Okay.
I'm guessing it should fit on my DeWalt one. I haven't used it.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, fair enough. They're efficient, I find. I did a experiment where I mixed with like 8 different mixers, and that one mixes up mud faster than any other mixer.
That's it.
And it's less drag on your drill also. So your battery and your drill life would be longer.
I'll have to try that out then.
Yeah.
I'll have to get back to the garage.
The problem with the level 5 mixer is that it's hard to clean. You want to have like a sponge in your water. They take up a lot of room. They're sort of hard to clean. Next time I would send a damn mixer over there. It's so hard to send stuff to England though, man. That's going to be challenging, but I have a bunch here from level 5. I'm a big fan of those.
Gosh, I've got the paddle in the garage, but I haven't used it. It's still in there still.
You bought it and never used it?
No, I did use it for my old Milwaukee mixer when I had that.
Okay.
When I sold that, I literally took it off and left it in the garage because when I bought my DeWalt one, I didn't really think of trying it out. Yeah.
Fair enough. Very cool. And are you a football fan?
No,
not really. What do you like? Do you like any sports?
Not really. No,
not really. What do you do for free time over there in England?
Computer games.
Computer games. All right. What computer game you like?
Well, the one I'm playing at the moment is Dead Island 2.
Dead Island 2. Okay.
Yeah.
My kid likes this computer games. I haven't gotten into them. Aside from like FIFA, I would probably play that one. But I wasted a lot of time in college playing video games, and I got into kind of trouble with it. But yeah, very, very cool. Do you have a pearl of wisdom for our audience? Something you could bestow on the drywall community, a little bit of brilliance.
I think just every day is a school day. You learn every day from everyone. If anyone says to you to try something, try it and see if it works.
I like it. And like going on the podcast, it's no big deal. We just sat around, had a little conversation, a little convo. I appreciate it. It's 5 o'clock there in the afternoon.
It's nearly 6. It's nearly 6, yeah.
Nearly 6. And are you married with children or anything like that?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm married and I've got 4 kids.
Oh, wow. So I really appreciate your time today. You know, I know that it's kind of hard to peel away from life and all that. What's the age spectrum on your children?
My eldest is 16, and then 14, 11, and 7.
Beautiful. I have one boy is 7.
Oh.
Great age. Great age. Love it, man. Love it. He's just finally starting to like sleep on his own more, but I'll go in there and like sleep with him. I don't want to lose it, man.
That's it. And yeah, Joe, what that's the hardest thing. When they get old and they're like, they want to do their own thing.
Yeah. How long have you been married for?
God, you can't ask me that.
I'll cut it. I'm gonna have to cut this part out. Your wife's gonna be like,
"You kill me." I'm gonna say 13 years.
13. Okay, well, it's a solid 13. Around there.
Yeah,
13.
around there. Yeah.
And Corey, have you tried the Techdry tool? Why were you talking to Corey with the Techdry?
I actually bought a Techdry tool from him as well.
Really?
Yeah.
You paid for shipping and all that to get over there?
Yeah.
What did that cost you all in?
I can't remember.
I
think it's around £50 or £60. I think I can't remember. I honestly can't, because it's I think last year or the year before I bought it.
I like it. I have one. I just used it on the job that I'm on. My instinct is to go to all my little blades that I've cut down and stuff. I have them in a little cup. But I've found having the Techdry, I don't really need all those blades anymore. But you know, we're creatures of habit. I have this little cup with all my little blades, you know, and then like my corner tools and shit. Like you don't need any of that. That's like all you need is the Techdry, and then from the Techdry, then you go to like 3-inch or 4-inch. You know, like, do you use like are you a 6-inch guy or a 4-inch guy with the knife, like your small knife?
4.
You're a 4 guy.
4-inch with a small, yeah.
I learned with a 6. I've always been a 6-inch guy. I still use a 6. So when I'm finishing Fresco Harmony, the tools that I had a bullnose tool.
Yeah.
I had, because we were doing some bullnose, I had my trowel is a 14-inch craft pool trowel, round edge on top and bottom.
Okay.
And then I have my 6-inch for cutting in the corners, all my angles. And anything I want to like run, I use a 6-inch, and then a pool trowel. Yeah, and a composite hawk, Marshalltown composite hawk. They're really cool.
I've got right. I've got a Marshalltown hawk that I used. I've got a Marshalltown pool trowel.
Okay.
As soon as Ben told me when I was ordering the Fresco Harmony, he goes, "Oh, you need a pool trowel." So quickly get online. Order one.
You don't need a pool trowel. I mean, I just use a pool trowel. They work pretty good though. Did you use it when you did the little bit of Fresco?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
It works pretty good.
That's the first time I ever used a pool trowel. I've never needed one before.
I wish I could take credit for the pool trowel, but it was my boss in Colorado. When I was in Colorado, we were doing a texture and he was using a pool trowel. And I was like, everybody was just using a pool trowel. I didn't realize it was like a unique thing. And I've been using one ever since, man. They work like a champ. Like it doesn't cut in, The
sale of pool trowels is going to just start skyrocketing.
I won't see a dime of that money, Daniel. I won't see any of that.
Yeah.
I won't see any of that money. Well, very cool. Thank you so much for being on the Drywall Podcast today. Our very first England interviewee. I appreciate your time. Is there anything that you would like to add to our conversation?
I don't know, to be honest.
Cool.
I was grateful that you had me on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. And when I come over to England, we'll do training and you will be, you'll be on we'll get to meet.
Cool. I can't wait.
Yeah. Ben and I will drag you to a football match.
Fair enough.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good rest of your day and we'll talk soon, okay?
Yeah. All right, then.
All right. Take it easy, Daniel.
You too. Bye.
Special thanks to Daniel Atkinson for being with us on the Drywall Podcast today. I appreciate your time. What a pleasure. Thank you very much. Also, special thanks to our sponsor for the month of May, Techdry Tools. Guests of the Drywall Podcast will receive a free Techdry tool along with lots of other great swag, compliments of CSR. You can find Techdry Tools and just about every other drywall-related tool you could ever think of. If you go to csrbuilding.com or visit their locations in Toronto and Barrie, Ontario. The Drywall Podcast can be listened to on your favorite platforms such as Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and also YouTube. Thank you so much for joining the Drywall Podcast today. I sincerely appreciate you guys listening. Are you interested in meeting me and checking out where Columbia tools are made? Join us for our very first Fresco Harmony training up at the Columbia Tools headquarters in Vancouver, British Columbia on June 15th. If you're interested in joining us, you can find out more at info@frescoharmony.com. Shoot me an email and I will get you more information. Tune in next Friday and every Friday for a fantastic new episode of the Drywall Podcast. Until then, keep drywalling.